Arkham Asylum is a masterpiece, we all know that. But do you like suffering like I do? Because I decided I'm gonna play it without using the Y button at all, which I thought was only tied to countering, but I guess I was wrong. It broke the entire game. Just to prove I'm not lying, gone. The Y button literally does nothing now. I should be good though. Yo, dude! God damn it, man! Where did you see me? See, the problem isn't that the game is hard or anything, it's just because I'm a dumbass. I've played Arkham Asylum for years, so my brain is obviously going to be wired to press Y when someone's going to attack me. And throughout the course of the game, I kept pressing that button so many times that did not even exist. I kept standing there and taking L's. At that point, I thought I would have to play Arkham Asylum as a spammy beat 'em up kind of game, because all I can do is just punch. But luckily I remembered you can double tap the jump button to evade enemies and practically keep your combo meter up indefinitely. So that's what I used. Jump, hit, because the game usually allows up to one hit before another enemy is about to attack. And Arkham Asylum has very slow punch animations, so you can even utilize multiple punches before evading. I went through multiple battles with relative ease, getting hit here and there because this is not my usual playstyle. But that's alright, because I am learning and I'm also putting myself through hell to do this. We come to our first place of interest, which is stopping Victor Zsasz from killing a guard, or as I like to call him, Inmate 47. The game forces you to go on the gargoyles to take out Zsasz silently. But that we cannot do because it's tied to the counter button. So what we try to do is instead go behind him and just hit him 3 times and knock him out. Alternatively, you can also glide kick and knock him down, but that's just a bit longer. And I want it to be efficient. A little side note here, the guards here have impressive upper body strength, which made me realize that there's no point in me pulling them up, and they could probably save themselves if I just remove the gas from the room, which is what I did instead. I might not need to mention this, but I feel like I have to. Fighting the Titan henchmen does not matter if I have the counter disabled or not, because you can't counter them at all. So these were about as easy as pie. Well, duh, of course that would happen, but anyways, these kinds of fights were just getting on my nerves a lot of the times, because sometimes it felt like I was trying to evade out of the way, but it just did not work and I'd get hit. Other times, yeah, maybe I jumped too early, but a lot of the times the hitting animations took too long. Right after the fiasco, we went straight to track
Officer Bowles,
which led us to this group of enemies, which for some reason a few times my hits would not connect and I'd have to jump around like an idiot waiting for the right opportunities to strike. But like I said, the animations are so slow that it's sometimes not even worth hitting even after evading. But by this point I knew I was getting used to the combat without having to counter, so I knew it was never gonna bother me if I failed it. So I reached the very first part that seemed like a challenge, my first Predator section, which by the looks of it isn't really difficult, but because I cannot do any silent takedowns, inverted takedowns, great takedowns.
But to do that without endangering the people closest to me, I have to be someone else. I have to be something else.
Yeah, the CW should hire me for that. But I run past these 3 guys because I don't actually have to take them out. But there's one thug in the room with a gun there that's talking to Joker. I didn't try to open the grate because I got killed before. So all I have to do is use my fists of justice and take him out. And now it is to the actual Predator section.
We have an escaped patient. Dresses like a bat. Oh, what an idiot. Should be considered costumed and dangerous.
Yeah, I am quite dangerous, which is what I was doing right here, was thinking the best optimal way to take down these 3 guys without, dying, because you can see my health there is not looking too good. I choose to follow this guy to a more secluded area where their enemies are a bit further out, so I can punch him all the way to La La Land. Batarang in this kind of situation helps a lot because it knocks down the one enemy, leaving the other open for you to take down as the other is recovering. However, some reason I got knocked over the ledge, so that just really wasted my Batarang throw. And probably could have got me killed if I wasn't quick enough. After taking those guys out, another set of thugs come in through the door, and this dude was all alone, so I decided to give him a heavy concussion. What? No! How?
Oh, isn't that cute?
Dude had his aim trained on me before.
Unfortunately,
Oh my god. Unfortunately, that wasn't even a checkpoint at all, and I had to get set back to this. So I decided to switch up my tactics a little. Was all alone, so I decided to try to do an inverted takedown till I realized that wasn't possible. But luckily he was over the ledge, so I thought if I punch him, he could get knocked out. He survived! How? I knocked you off the railing. By this game's logic, you should have been down. So I tried to throw a batarang at this one guy to leave the other one open, and
Bruh.
wow! Get out of here, dude! Hey. Yo, dude! God damn it! Where did you see me? Oh god, dude. God damn it. Oh my god! Oh my god! Come on! Why?
Now what?
And at this part, I realized I had a strategy. I could just throw batarangs at the dudes as they climb up the ladders and they get knocked out easy. No sweat. No, 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 no! I'm good. I'm good. I had finally done it. After an hour or so of attempting different strats, this one finally worked. In order to save the doctors, we have yet another predator section. But this one goes a lot better because we now have explosive gel to use to our advantage. And the enemy spacing is a lot better. I get 3 takedowns for the price of 1, which leaves us with 2 enemies. They get knocked out. Saving the other 3 doctors isn't much of a problem, except maybe for Dr. Choi because it requires you to fight a room full of thugs. But I think at this point I had gotten used to fighting without countering. Heading back to the sanctuary is another predator encounter to deal with. Alright, that was totally unfair, and I'm sure you saw what happened there, right?
Bruh.
It is a good thing that I definitely bought the twin batarang, so this will definitely make me win. This is exactly what I was complaining about in the beginning. The evading problem. I was trying to go into that empty room, but Batman decides to go forwards and backwards, like that's gonna help. But the third time's always the charm. And as such, I always have to move back after doing a series of 3 strikes on an enemy, because you need to do that actually twice for them to get knocked out. The knockdown upgrade for the Batarangs comes in really clutch because it keeps them down for so long that you can quickly take down another enemy. Please stop, Scarecrow. Now here was the next challenge that I came across that I was really worried for. This was saving Private Gordon, goddammit, saving Commissioner Gordon. This part had me worried because you're not supposed to get spotted at all by any of the thugs or Commissioner Gordon dies. And that means I cannot do any silent takedowns, so I can't even risk touching any of the thugs. I'm supposed to sneak past them. And sneaking past the thugs here is another story because I've never done this before, so I wasn't even sure if it was possible to do it without using any takedowns. I checked my surroundings to see if I could sneak down into the lower area without getting spotted, and it seemed kind of impossible, but I gave it a shot anyways. Lucky for me, it worked because the guard wasn't close enough to actually see me. And after that, it became a cakewalk. Alas, it couldn't be that easy. The game wants me to do a takedown here to progress. How do I do it without doing a takedown? So I thought about a couple different things until I realized, what if I use explosive gel? But I was doubting it because I thought that would alert Harley Quinn and cause it to kill Commissioner Gordon. But I was like, let me give it a shot anyways. I might be lucky. I placed 3 shots of explosive gel just to be sure it would work. Oh, sick. No way.
You took longer than I thought.
Yeah, no way indeed. But now it is the biggest problem I had thus far. Bane. Oh wow. Yeah, there I felt pretty confident that I was in the second phase, but... What? No, I'm trapped. Bro. What is that? The game has a serious targeting problem when there's multiple enemies involved, especially when you want to aim for a specific target you want to hit. It will always prioritize the majority, which is the thugs. And that's it. Bane is taken down, which took a couple tries, but not too many as I expected, which is good. Bane is such a... I fight these thugs here to quickly get the triple Batarang upgrade, because it will definitely help me a lot in some Predator sections later. Coming to my next Predator section in the records room, this one actually went a lot better because now I have the back claw, which makes the Predator a lot easier by just pulling enemies off the ledges. While looking for Dr. Young's fingerprints, I tried so hard to avoid these guys, but Batman always lands on the dude's head. So I had no choice but to simply beat all the thugs in this room. And trust me, I got hit a few times. Evading helped, but there were some times where an attack looked like it was gonna hit and I still got interrupted, which pissed me off even more. Stop Scarecrow again. So the biggest problem here were these things. I don't know what they're called, but you can't knock them out with basic hits. You have to do a ground takedown. Since I can't do that, I knew I had to improvise. What I know in every point in the game is if there's an enemy that is aware of your presence and you're trying to pass through a door, the game won't let you go until you knock them all out. So I thought, how about I try to get this dude to lose sight of me and then maybe I can get through. Weirdly enough, the explosive gel just caused the dude to forget about me. I don't know. But it worked, so I was cool with that. And here I came into contact with again those mentally challenged folks. Except this time, there were two of them running around and chasing me in a very tight area. It took me 40 minutes to figure out how to solve this and work it out, and a lot of dying. What I tried to do was to at least get them inside the stalls, because I noticed that one of them was just stuck there and couldn't move out at all, which setting off the third explosive gel was a mistake, which brings the third mentally challenged dude from the other side of the room. Funny enough, I noticed that standing in the stall pretty much protects you from their attacks. So I knew that getting them in the stall was definitely the key, and I just needed to figure a way to push them inside. And as you might have seen there, the dude just got knocked out after tripping over his friend. So I knew that that definitely needed to be exploited. I just needed to figure out how. And the other dude accidentally got knocked out by tripping over the other dude, so I got lucky, I guess. I didn't really do anything. Another interesting predator section in the garden house. This one wasn't bad either, because there were so many ledges and everyone was just standing over them, so you know I had to abuse the back claw. The next section is this, where we have to save the people in the cages. Now, I tried not to get seen here because we have to take out the first guy by the control room in order to not let the captives die. Now that he's knocked out, I can go and kill the other inmates. Wait, that knocked them out? That was nothing! Got my ass handed to me here a couple times. Wow! No, yo! Oh my god!
Oh, I'd like to thank my fans.
What is this game's problem? Yeah. Dude. Wow! We're back to the glass house again. This time the enemies are scattered around a little different, so this was a little bit trickier than last time. Okay, well, I wanted to see if I could split them up and then maybe I don't have to fight them, but I guess I have to take them out. Oh, come on, he's dead. He's dead. And we're right back to the start. Another stealth section. There is a little twist though. The gargoyles have minds, so I can't stand on them at all, and I have to stick to the ground. What the hell is this? Wow, what's up? Not much to be said there. On to the next one. Wow, this game, my god. It's on some Arkham Origin shit. And I beat Scarecrow again. And as I approach the final stealth section of the game, this one looks difficult, right? Because of how small and tight it is. But it's probably the easiest map I had. Why is everyone dodging it like it's the fucking Matrix? This part here might have been the toughest part for me yet. The amount of times I got humiliated is insane. Dude, oh my god. Wow. I forgot you don't have immunity when doing that, which is stupid. No. I can't stand this fucking game, man. Jesus Christ. Dude. I fucking jumped, man. What the shit? Dude. No, what was it? Oh my god, I hate this fucking piece of shit. Oh, dude, I hate this game. I'm good, man. Yo, I am stuck. Dude, I was stuck. What the fuck? Wow! And then I finally locked in and beat everybody else up. For some reason, the game never decided to regenerate my health based on that fight that I last had. So I was stuck with 1 HP. And if there's anything I actually hate about this game, it's this specific boss fight. It is the worst in the series by far. 0 HP, dude.
Feeling
Wow.
the pressure.
Dude, I started with 0 HP. Like, that's not fair. So I thought the game would likely wise up and give me back my health. That's some bullshit.
Just
0
a
HP, bro! When she starts shooting out those spores, it's very tricky to dodge because there's barely any time to throw a batarang and then evade.
You're nothing but food.
Nah, I'm getting killed for what? Fortunately, the game gave me my health back, which was a good thing. How?
Plants will enjoy feeding and destroy you.
It's like they want you to take damage there. This is retarded.
I will crush you like the insect.
What was that? I don't think any other boss fight has pissed me off more than this one. This is trash. This game is garbage, man.
Feeling the
Dude,
pressure.
from where?
You little man.
No.
The pressure.
This. Dude, I evaded. After so many attempts, I finally beat her. And while Batman was streaming on Twitch, he met some of his fans IRL and kicked their asses. I threw a batarang there, by the way. Why is he not throwing the batarang? Did Bruce run out of batarangs? Easy, but now we got one more loose end to tie.
Wow, what are the odds?
In the final battle with Titan Joker, which isn't really much considering that there's just a few amount of enemies to fight and you hit him in between. Very easy, but doable. So it looks like beating Arkham Asylum without any counters at all is a definite possibility. But it is so unfun and enraging. So now I ask you, do you want to see me maybe do Arkham City? If so, then make sure to smash that like button because I will not do it unless this video hits at least 1,000 likes. And I say 1,000 because I know I'm not gonna reach 1,000. I just don't want to do it. Arkham Asylum's no counter piss me off. So, but if it does reach 1,000, I'll have to do it for sure. Anyway, get out of here. Stay awesome.